What you see in front of you might not look like much, but is the best computer mouse of all time. This is the Logitech MX1100 cordless laser mouse. I bought this mouse in August 2008 for $99. It was a fair bit of money at the time for a mouse, and it still is. But I've been using it pretty much on a daily basis since then. So it's about 7.5 years of life out of this mouse. And since that time, Logitech has released a number of models in this series. They usually call them the MX something, but they've never been able to get the formula just right the way they did with this one. That might be one reason why the new in box models of this MX1100 are still selling on Amazon and eBay for something like $1,100. For something like $300. It's the MX1100. Let's just run through the features real quick. So what makes it so great? Obviously, it lasts. You can see everything on this still works, and the only real signs of wear, aside from this rubbery material here starting to get worn down, is that the click on the left side and then on the right side. The right side is just a little bit more distinct, and both sides still work, and I still use the mouse every day, but you could see the springs are starting to get a little worn out. As for the features, I'll just run through them real quick because they're simple but very effective. So up front, we have your two main buttons. You have your wheel, which acts as a third button. And clicking the wheel does not switch you in between ratcheted and free mode, the way Logitech mistakenly did on some mice. To switch between those two, you press this button. And now it's free. Now it's ratcheted. On some mice, they put the button on the bottom. Some other ones, you click this and switched, which was super annoying. This one, you would just click here, and you have really easy access. If in case you have a huge spreadsheet or a monstrous Word document, you need to switch here from ratcheted to free, you can, and you can switch back. Easily accessible, but I would say rarely used, at least by me, is your sensitivity selector, and it's just a rocker button, up, down. I don't really use it ever, but it's nice to know it's there in case you do a lot of gaming or something. And then here you have your forward back buttons. Again, not that I use them often, but they're well placed, especially the back, which people mainly use for internet browsing. And then we have the thumb button here. I haven't found it to be useful at all, except for in some games where you want an extra button for maybe a grenade throw or some sort of tertiary function. And then lastly, you have your side to side, which is a really nice click, which very few mice wheels have been able to pull off. There's really nothing on the bottom except for the on-off switch. And then you can open the door here, revealing the two AA batteries. I usually use rechargeable AA batteries in there, but it's nice to be able to use whatever AA's you have lying around. Some other mice have moved to rechargeable lithium ions, which is great, except then it has to become a corded mouse for some period of time. I generally find it easier just to switch your batteries every few weeks. So that's the MX1100. Fantastic mouse, still use it every day. So the mouse that came before this was called the MX Revolution. I would not recommend that. I think that came out in around, this one was from 08, so it was probably 06 maybe. It was not great. After that came the Performance Mouse MX from Logitech, which was fine. And then the latest model is the MX Master, which I bought because I thought that my MX1100 was dying, but it just needed a little bit of sprucing up and cleaning. Anyway, so this is the MX Master. Let's just quickly run through this and point out some of the flaws. So first of all, I would say the shape is not as good. It's overly contoured, and which I think would make it amazing for some people, but generally not as good for all people. And I find the shape to be a little bit annoying, especially this sort of side foot here that swoops down a lot and makes the mouse have a larger footprint than it needs, and also kind of interrupts your hand. And then on the side, you see easily accessible forward and back buttons right here, which I appreciate, even though I don't use them a lot. And then this side-to-side wheel, which I found to be completely useless. And I'm not entirely sure why it's there. It does not click. And again, I find it to be a little bit confounding. On the front side, you can see that it uses a button similar to the rest of the MX series in that they're built in, but this ones are somewhat separate, because it's not actually part of the main shell. And then we have the wheel, and the wheel they did a really nice job on, so Logitech has been improving things there. Then here's the button for ratchet mode, but it's electronic, so you won't work unless the mouse is powered up. And then nothing on the side, which I appreciate. On the bottom of the MX Master, we have the power switch, the connection switch, and then your mode switch. And then you can see it's like got this sleek, like catamaran type shape, which is, I guess, cool enough, but it seems like a lot of this mouse is over-engineered. This design moved away from AA's to being a rechargeable. So if you have that micro USB cord lying around, which it comes with, you just plug it in. So yeah, I would say the MX Master is fine, and if you need a new mouse today and you don't want to drop $300 some odd on a new in box 8-year-old mouse like the MX1100, go with the MX Master. But Logitech has yet to improve upon the MX1100.